Hi, happy Wednesday. You're on Tamara's Paper Trail. Today I wanted to show you a video on how to make the, let's call it a twist and pop card. I think it goes by a few different names. I'm going with twist and pop. I've seen them all over for the last few months, and it's only taking me it took me months to get around to actually trying to make one myself. So here's one version I got. This was a swap I got when I was in Orlando, and I don't seem to have kept the name of the person who made it. So I do apologize. This is not my work. It was a swap. But check it out. You open it up. Ta-da! Let's put that in the field of view. Let's do it again. So fun. It twists and it pops. I made a version myself this afternoon. I kept the front very simple only because I'm teaching this in a class on Friday, and you know it's going to take a while to make this card, so I thought I better keep it simple or we're going to be here until midnight. So this one, time for a spectacular celebration. Wait for it. Ta-da! Isn't that fun? I love it. My Alicia did this about 16 times today because it's just satisfying somehow. I don't know why, but I love it. So I'm going to show you how to do it somewhat quickly, I think. Now, it was hours ago that I did this, so let's see if I can still remember how to do it, you know, a few hours later. I used the birthday cheer set for the inside. I really love this set. As always, this one I only just recently purchased. I don't know why it wasn't top of my list. I love coloring. Maybe I waited because when I love coloring, I tend to not use the cards for classes because it takes so much time. So I steer away from using them for classes, and then they just kind of sit on the shelf. But I got this, and I think it's going to be my go-to for the next couple days. I absolutely love it. It has matching framelits that, of course, aren't here. They are in a bucket on the floor because I shoved everything on the floor so I could make a video. Hard choices, you guys. I can't I can't have everything on my desk at the same time, so it's on the floor now. Anyway, these I think are the framelits. So cute. Love these guys. They're adorable. So that just came in, and this is what we're going to use for our card. So I've got some measurements for you here. Just write them down. That's what I did. I've watched a number of videos from a number of fellow demonstrators. Jackie Bulcha over at the Pampered Stamper. I used her video, and yeah, I watched a number of random ones over the last few months. So the first thing you're going to need is a piece of paper. I'm going to shake you for a minute here. The base is a standard piece of cardstock, 11. We're going to cut it at 4 1/4. So this is just your standard base cut the long way. I'm going to score it at 5 1/2. I don't normally score my bases, but this one I found it was a little more beneficial to score that. So there's our base. Then we need a piece. Now, I'm going to use this one. This piece, 8 by 3 1/2. So this is the mechanism that, if I can find the right size piece of paper, this one, 8. That's too long. 8 by 3 1/2. I didn't cut it right. It has to be 8. I have it at 8 1/2. Let me bring my other cutter in. I've got 2. Of course I do. If one is good, 2 is better. I have them both near my desk at any one time. This one has the cutting blade in it. This one does not. Because yes, I am somewhat challenged most of the time. Not gonna lie. And even when I think I know that I'm scoring, I sometimes use the cutter by accident and I slice my project. Or I shouldn't be slicing it. So this one only has the scoring tool in it, scoring blade. So as we show on this, we're going to score it at 2, or no, sorry, take that back. I'll calm down. I will breathe. We are going to make little marks at 2 1/4 and 5 3/4. So let me make sure I'm in the field of view here. We'll go here. So I'm going to line it up on, I wish we still sold these. I love these things. My craft mat was a Stampin' Up! One from years ago. All right, so I'm going to mark it at 2 1/4 and 5 3/4. We're going to score it down the middle. back in my scoring tool here. So we're going to score it lengthwise, which is at 1 3/4. 1 3/4. Okay, let me see. Sorry, I gotta make sure you can see me. There we go, 1 3/4. So score it there. Then you're gonna take your pencil marks and you're gonna make an X. So this was my 1 mark at 2 1/4, and this was at 3 3/4. Sorry, 5 3/4. I'm sorry, you guys. Go by this, not by what I say. 2 1/4, 5 3/4. So you're gonna line up this pencil mark in the little track and this pencil mark in the little track. Okay, we can see that. Okay, and we're going to close the door and score it. And we're going to turn it and do the same on this one. Pencil mark in the track, score it. Okay, now we're going to fold it. So you're going to fold on the X. Then you're going to fold the middle line the opposite direction, she said confidently. That's going to make it easier to do the final fold, okay? And what we want to do is you're just going to pinch this and you're going to make an arrow. So you see how it's an arrow here and an arrow there. We're just going to pinch them like that. So what you want to make sure you're not doing is folding these 2 triangles here. Can you see them? It's in white. So you don't want to fold in here. Okay. So we're going to fold, and it makes a little arrow. My phone is ringing. I hope it's not for me. Now I'm not going to score this too hard. I don't really want the paper to crack. I made one earlier. This was in Fresh Fig. It wasn't an exciting enough color for me to make my final card with, but the paper doesn't crack when you use the colored paper, but our Whisper White is such good quality, thick, weighted paper that it can crack if you're scoring it really, really hard. So I'm just gonna do it. I'm not gonna go too crazy on it. I want it to stay folded, but I don't want to really ratchet. All right, so where's my base, I wonder? Here it is. Okay, so I'm going to fold this on the score line. I like, when I've done the score, that I like to face up. I think it doesn't crack as much that way. But look at that, it just cracked. So let's try it the other way, and let's not do what I just said. No, it cracks both ways. Do you see what I'm saying by the cracking? That happens when you're folding against the grain of the paper, if that makes any sense to you at all. When I fold it, if I fold it this way, it's not going to crack, but this is going against the fibers of the paper. So you know what? I'm gonna get my other base. Is that 4 1/4? And I'm not going to score it. I'm just going to do it old school and hope it doesn't crack as badly. It drives me a little crazy when it cracks like that. It's still probably going to crack on this one, but yeah. What are you going to do? You're going to use a non-white card base is what you're going to do. Yeah, it's still cracked a little bit, but it's not as bad. All right, anyway, this is my demonstration, so I guess we can use a cracked card for that. So what we need to do now is attach, this is the mechanism. So where's my card when I twist it open? So what this little gadget here is this mechanism underneath, okay? So for this you want to have fast fuse, our old red, what was that called? The red tape, the red, not fast fuse, this stuff, the red sticky strip. So you want to use that, or our tear and tape. I use fast fuse. Or you could use glue. That's absolutely like the multi-purpose adhesive glue. So I'm going to use my fast fuse on just this little triangle part. Okay, so this little top, hoping you can see there. Okay, there's the glue there. All right. So we're going to turn it over, and I'm going to put this point right up to the line. Excuse my head if you see it in the camera. So I'm going to center it and put that point right up to the line. Put it down. Now I'm going to put some tape here on this triangle up here. If my fast fuse wants to work, it does. And then we're just going to close the door. Okay. So that's the mechanism that's going to pop open. know what? I'm learning as we go a little bit, because this is only my third one that I'm doing. Maybe you should put it down below the line a little bit. I'm thinking. Let me see if I can dismantle this without getting out my heat tool. You know what? I put quite a bit of glue on there. I'm not going to. Okay, maybe when you put this point on, put it just a little bit below the line. What's happening here is it's not opening fully to lie flat. I don't know if that's important or not, but for my next one, I'll put it a little bit below the line. All right, anyway, so what we want to do now is we want to get this panel of 4. So for that, you need a piece, 11 by 3 3/4, and we're going to score it every 2 3/4, 2 3/4, 5 1/2, 8 1/4. So let's make sure I've got the right size piece. Yes, I'll bring back in my scoring tool. So 2 3/4, 5 1/2, and I'll just move this over the 2 3/4, and that will be 8 1/4. Okay, I'm going to fold these on the score lines. I'm going to fold it in half first, lining up my edges. Just because, you know, when you do score it on these scoring tools that we have, they sometimes can be off just a hair. And I don't like them to be off just a hair, so I still like to line it up with the edge. Just make sure that it's going to be, you know, even here. I know, I'm a little neurotic. Okay, so there we go. There's our little booklet that's going to pop open. Little accordion. Now, this is the only really tricky part where you kind of have to pay attention. So, we are going to fold up this little booklet, and the open end is what's going to be on the bottom. Okay, so we're going to fold it up like this, and it is going to sit on the bottom of your base here. How's the glare on this? Can you see this at all? I wonder if I should turn off the light. Is that any better? No, it is not. I want to make sure you can, oh, that's, yeah, maybe it is. Let's turn that one back off. Sorry, you guys, working with white. Maybe I'll do another one. We'll do this for 12 minutes, and then I'll do another version that's colored so you can see it a little bit better. I can't. Okay, now I'm blind. I just stared at the light. That's not a good idea. All right, I'm going to do it in another color right after this. So what we're going to do is attach this to right here. All right, so we're going to work with this top left quadrant. And I'm going to simply put tape. I'm going to do just two little strips. I want to see if you can see that. Okay, so just 2 little strips here and here on this little quadrant. We're going to put the booklet back down here. And we are going to close the door. Now, before this is, now, I want to make sure you can kind of see what I'm doing here, which I don't think you can. I'm holding this one right down against the bottom, so it's centered. And then I'm just going to close this, but I want to make sure that it's folding properly when I do that. So that's what I'm doing, just at a weird angle that you now can't see. So I'm just going to kind of squish it, mangle it, so that it lies flat there. Okay, so that's our first one. All right, so you can kind of see how that's going to work. We just need to attach the other part. So for that, I want to see if you can see it. We need to attach it to this, oh, where's that glare coming? We need to attach it to this corner up here. Essentially, you're taking your booklet, you've attached it to this side, and now we're going to attach it to this side, which totally is hard to explain. You kind of need to see it in action. So it's going to be taped like that. Okay, that makes no sense to you, I'm sure. But it is this corner here from our original layout. All right, so again, I'm going to do 2 little ticks of fast fuse. Well, not so little. They're going to be the length of the sheet. I think I'm just running out of tear tape there. So to close the book, we want now to close it. Oh, how can I even explain this? I know what I'm meaning to do. Oh, just watch. I'll just stop talking. Ta-da! But I don't know how to explain that. So can you see the inside of this thing at all? Probably not. Let me go about it a different way. Where is... Okay, I want to do... Okay, bear with me. What color should we do, you guys? Want something that's not too dark. Okay, how about some gorgeous grape? Okay, let's do this again from the start. I need a 4 1/4 piece. And I need an 11 by 3 3/4. And I need an 8. Oh, my pack is closed. Oh my, how did I use so much gorgeous grape? Hang on, I'm going to break into a brand new pack. And this one's going to be 8 by 3 1/2. I have enough space on my phone for this video. Okay, so 8 by 3 1/2. 8. Okay, so there's all our pieces. I'm going to score them. Oh, crash. Okay, so here's our base. We're going to score it at 5 1/2. I'm hoping this one might crack. Now this is the one we're going to score at 2 3/4. 5 1/2. 8 1/4. This one we're going to score at 1 3/4 down the length. Then I have to just draw some ticks at, see, once you've done a couple, you can kind of start cracking them off. 2 1/4 and 5 3/4. Okay, we'll draw our X. Well, we're going to score our X. There it is. I can't see it. Okay. See how quick that was? So, I'm going to fold. It's our base. I'm going to fold on the X's. Down, down, and up. And then that's going to help us do our little folding. There's our airplane, or our arrow. So this one I said I'm going to put a little bit below the line this time. Trying to think now. All right. Oh yeah, I totally screwed up this fast fuse. Ah! Why when you're doing a video? Right. Okay, I'm using tape, just plain old snail. All right, so I'm gonna go below the line a little bit so that it lays a little bit flatter. Hopefully, or maybe it has to go over, I think. No, okay, we're gonna do it just below the line. Okay. So, yeah, you know what? It has to go closer to the line because that's no better. Might even be worse. All right. See, just when you think I know everything, I don't know everything. Of course, I just put a ton of tape on this. Let's go closer to the line and see if that makes it easier. Just love watching my mistakes. All right. Let's try that really close to the line, right on the line. In fact, let's get right on in there. See if it makes any bit of difference. It does. All right, we're going to go right to the line. All right, so when we do our folding mechanism, we're going to be taping it here and here. Okay, so if that, so we're going to put tape here and here. That might be an easier way to explain it, or for you to understand it. Maybe you don't have to understand it, just do as I do. Okay? Because, you know, I never make mistakes. So just don't watch the rest of this video. Right, so we're gonna put tape there and tape here. The booklet is, this part's gonna be attaching to this side, and then this part is gonna be attaching to the underside. So it's kind of like this. This one goes here, and this one goes here as it lies down. All right, so I really do need my fast fuse. Now this one had fallen on the floor earlier, so I don't even know what's the deal with that one. Oh, forget that. I'll just use tape for now. But you do need a stronger adhesive. All right, so we're going to put our booklet down on the bottom edge. And then this is going to close this way. Now that I've already put the tape down, I'm kind of hesitant to close everything up. This one is going to close like this. Ta-da! Did that make any more sense than the first time I explained it? I don't know if it did or not, but it's a whole lot of fun, you guys. I've got class this Friday. We're making it. I also have class this coming Monday morning. So if you can't make the Friday, come on the Monday morning. I'm also going to be making this, my friend Diane Hutchinson over at Crafts by the Bow. It's a little box card that mails flat, but when you open it, ta-da! It pops open and you have all these cupcakes. It's from the same suite of products. These are the little cupcakes that she's cut out here. So we're going to be making this as well. And one more card, so I guess I should get designing that. Anyway, I hope you're warm. I hope you're having a good time, and I will talk to you soon. Thanks for popping in.